Unless I'm like actually at home, comfortable in my own room.
What if you like rapped it?
Oh man, you know I'm a great rapper, man. Anyway guys, welcome to game number 2 on Cloud Kingdom, Lowely versus Violet. For the people who wonder, is this game live? Nope. Once more, Lowely is attending WCS Europe this weekend, and you guys should all check out that tournament because it's going to be fantastic. And of course we didn't want to force him to play in the middle of the night. He let us know on time that he wasn't able to play this game live, and that's all good. Lowely is of course our Belarusian Zerg, spawning on the left bottom side of Cloud Kingdom. Our little Cinderella story of last season. And on the right top side, Ben, of Cloud Kingdom.
The evil stepmother. Because it's a Cinderella story.
Huh.
And
I didn't get that reference though.
I thought it was a funny joke, but I don't want to call Violet an evil stepmother because he's an awesome guy, but that's who's spawning up in the top right. The purple Zerg. A Zubu Violet.
And for the people who just tuned in and wondering what more do we have for you guys today, we still have Alicia versus Dark, so that's going to be a sick PvZ. And I believe last but not least, otherwise, or we switch it around once more, I have no idea. It's also going to be Strelok versus Mana, and that's going to be really interesting, Ben, because I feel that Mana was a little bit disappointing last season in the NASL.
Yeah, but he has been in Korea practicing. There's no telling what his state of mind is right now or how good his PVT is. I would wager it's going to be pretty damn strong, given that he had an all-Terran group in Code S.
Exactly.
Same opening from Violet Kev, 15 spawning pool. We'll probably see him take a gas here shortly if he's going to mirror the Daybreak build.
And by the way, I didn't mean that I would pass on singing for Lauren at least forever. I just didn't want to do it right now alone, live on camera.
Oh, I'll sing with you.
No, no, no. We can do it later,
we'll
Ben.
Bring out everybody.
Off stage, I'll sing for Lauren at least.
It'll be a choral performance.
See the gas going down once more for Violet, so 15-15 for him, Ben. And once more, hedge first for Lowely.
Super interesting opening from Violet, Kevin. It's so outside of the meta. 15 pool, 15 hatch has gotten kind of popular. 15 hatch is always good. You usually follow that up with 15 pool or even 15 gas. Violet's turning it up on its head. He's saying, I'm going to get gas a little bit faster and still take my hatch as fast as I can. It does mean he sacrifices a substantial amount of economy. If we look here at the income tab, he's already down 2 workers. Or he was down 2 workers, then Lowely took a gas of his own.
No, but in the long run, of course this hatch in the natural is going to be down so much quicker for Lowely. So yes, he will be down quite a few works. And he was in the last game as well. Do you think Violet is going to do something crazy once more with those bunch of links, Ben? I can only imagine that Lowely is going to be so much better prepared on Cloud Kingdom than he was on Daybreak.
I don't think Violet will do the same thing again, just because I don't think he's the kind of guy that that plays one style. But he is getting Zergling speed, so it's not, you know, it's still inside his range of possibilities, certainly. Meanwhile, though, on Lowely's side of the map, Natural is done. He's adding queens. He's adding drones. I want to see that spine crawler. He saw the geyser. He saw the gas count on that geyser, so he has to know that he's going to have a later Zergling speed. In fact, he's going to get the Baneling Nest first. This is another pretty good choice. Defensive Bane's excellent, and it's something that he didn't have going for him in the last game.
Then again, Lowely is also capable of going for offensive Banelings, if anything. Lowely is capable of a lot of different builds as well. And Violet, Ben, when I think of Violet ZVZ, I don't think of standard Roach, Hydra, Infestor. I often think of Mudas. Now, of course, you can't always go Mudas, and the situation is not always there. But I do feel once Violet feels that he can pull it off, we're going to see him play with Mudas.
Violet is making that same Zergling swell, Kev. You're right. He is absolutely a Muta player, by the way. But Lowely is so much more prepared. He's got the Spine Crawler. He's got a few units out. He's going to have a couple of Banelings. It's going to be almost impossible for Violet to do damage here. But what he has done indirectly is he's forced Lowely to make all these investments, and we don't see the same big economic lead for the Belarusian. He's only got 21 drones to 19. Still an advantage.
I feel that this time, though, we see even more links for Violet, Ben. Lowely is going to scout it right now. These 2 links are going to spot most of those speed links from Violet. He's even going to run into the main base, and he will see perhaps those additional, well, these are drones again. But right now we have 28 links, or 26, against only 2 Zerglings, 1 Baneling, and 2 Queens.
But the Queen's going to come down, and actually Lowely is completely safe, Kevin. You can never break this with Banelings, Queens, and Spine Crawlers.
Not even with Violet Micro, Ben?
Not even with Violet Micro, Kev. Lowely's so confident that he's droning right now. He has extra Zerglings. I'd love to see them turn into Banelings just for that extra bit of security.
But he should still lose at least a couple of drones, no?
Nah, he might lose a couple, but if we look at the income tab, he's up 12 workers right now, Kevin. He's in a great position. That's good Micro by Violet now. He is trying to make it work here. Does pick off a Baneling, and now he's going to force these drones to go sit on top of the Spine Crawler. So Violet making something of a...
Zerglings entering the main base.
Lowely again leaves the door open.
it's going to be hard for him to really kill a lot of drones, so he doesn't have that many Zerglings, and a lot of them are low on HP as well. He's going to hide 2 Banelings in the corner of the base of Lowely. That
could be tricky as the Lings do come to make another circuit. 30 drones to 28 drones now. Violet completely recovering any economic disadvantage. Lowely does find the morphing Banelings, by the way.
He's going to lose 2 Lings in the process, but that's about it. Overall, still not too shabby for Lowely, but during all this, Violet did drone up really hard. And Violet taking a lead.
Lowely lost 7 drones there. And he made a lot of units. I mean, I feel like he could have defended that with no losses, honestly, Kevin. You don't have to leave your drones mining in the natural. You can just send them back to the main. You can make 8 Banelings. You can make an extra Spine Crawler if you want, and then that's never going to do any damage. Lowely tried to, tried to play a little bit overly confident, and he got kind of popped for it.
But I would still like to applaud Violet for his link control there. Also, often only sending 1 or 2 links on the drones. And yes, it takes a little while for a single Zergling. These Zerglings make their way into the main base as well. It takes a little while before single Zerglings. Oh, Lowely, not paying attention. Well, it's a little bit sloppy. Just lost 12 Zerglings to only 2 Banelings.
Painful loss. Gets nothing in the exchange. Does or has more or less recovered economically. If we look over on, well, in either player's base, we see the makings of a layer tech. Violet looks like he wants to play Roaches once again. He's even getting the +1 attack upgrade. Lowely hasn't added any additional tech, so it looks like the Belarusian is going to be the Muta player this time.
He's mining off 4 extractors as well, Ben, so it's definitely starting to feel like it. We know he's adding a few more links, but nothing else. He has quite a bit of gas saved up, and here we do see that Spire going down, so you were right. And that's interesting. Curious to see how Violet deals with Mutas. After all, he has so much experience being the Muta player himself that he should really know what he really hates to face.
He's got a nice little timing window that he can hit here. He's going to take a shot with Roachling Bane as he's taking this 3rd base. That Spire's not going to be done for quite some time. Lowely has added a couple of Spine Crawlers. That's really important.
But I'd love to see an Overseer on the side of Violet, by the way, Ben. Just an Overseer making its way into the main base. Well, we do see a little Link skirmish going down once more.
No, great control once again by Violet. He's going to focus down these morphing Banelings. Beautifully done.
Oh, he's doing
and he'll kill every single Ling. He can also kill this this Spine Crawler. Oh, well, maybe. The Queens are going to complicate that a little bit.
First 2 Roaches make their way across the map as well, as he's going to put more pressure on this base. Now these Lings morphing into Banelings right in front of the eyes of Lowely. But Violet's still sort of unaware of the Mutas, but right now he has to know.
He's got to be getting more and more suspicious, given that he hasn't seen any
units.
Any other units, exactly. Lowely is forced to move 20 Zerglings. That actually hurts a lot, because this is the time in the game where he wants the larva for the Mutas. He's only got 4 available larvae right now.
Really nice micro there by Violet, man. These small things, but focusing the Queen with all the energy at first, so it's going to be a lot harder, and he can only drop 1 additional transfuse. Those 2 Banelings helping out so much now as well, and it seems like Lowely is definitely going to lose his base.
Yeah, 3rd base is going to fall, but I think he can still afford that loss, Kevin. I mean,
lost 2 Queens now as well.
I mean, it's getting very expensive, but the Mutas are going to give him back so much control. There's no infestor tech anywhere. Well, actually, Infestation Pit just now starting as soon as I say that. Lowely's going to try and counterattack with some Zerglings. I like this choice a lot. I just wish he had done it faster, because now Violet's in position to deal with it.
Yeah, Violet having units in the right position pretty much all the time. Such great play over here by Azubo's Violet. Is not really going to lose anything here besides a few links. Does not have any Spore Crawlers yet, Ben, and that really surprises me, because he should know. Yes, he is getting Infestation Pit. And he will get those infestors out soon, but still, he should know that these Mutas are on the way.
Well, the Mutas can't really attack right now. There's too many units out on the map. They have to commit themselves to defense, and that's going to give Violet so much time. Now we see the Spores starting up.
Best defensive is offense, man?
That's so true when you're playing against Mutas, Kev. And these Roaches and Lings, they're going to do huge amounts of damage, and they just don't die that fast. It doesn't matter how many Mutas you have. Look at all the drone kills they're going to get. Violet just playing beautifully.
Violet is really playing on a whole nother level right now. Lowely was great in the last season of NASL, and I'm sure that he's in pretty good shape as well, considering the fact that he is going to Stockholm this weekend to compete for that European title, but Violet looks almost untouchable in this game.
Yeah, he's killed 30 of Lowely's drones. He's economically on just another level. He has spores at every base, and his first infestors are on the way. Violet is in an
17 Mutas is a lot, though. Right now, Violet doesn't have a single unit on the map, and all that he has on the map right now is 6 Queens. He's going to have a couple of infestors soon, but this is 18 Muta list.
Oh, Kev, you can't underestimate the power of spore crawlers and infestors, and those Mutas got to be so careful not to clump up. Yes, they might do some damage to this base. They might even kill this base.
I actually think that this is going to be pretty ugly for Violet, man. Because 18 Mutas, I knew that Lowely was going to have quite a few, but 18?
Well, here we're going to find out exactly what's going to happen. Mutas do come in. No Fungal. Oh, Fungal does finally go down. Only catches 4 Mutas. It's hard to say that was worth it. You really need that energy to be more effective than this. Lowely now spreading out the Mutas. That is a great maneuver. He is going to kill this third base, though, Kev, but I think Violet's in too strong of a position. He's got too much ability to counterattack. He's got too much better tech. Like, at the end of the day, Infestor is just better tech than Muta.
That's true. But for quite a while, Lowely is going to have a lot of map control.
You're right. You're exactly right. He's going to be able to clean up any Overlords that are out on the map. Critically, though, Violet's only got 2 Overlords out on the map and plenty of supply room. So while Violet will be in the dark a little bit, it's not going to be hard for him to push out again once he gets that Infestor count to a point where he's comfortable.
I mean, I really think Violet played great so far, but I underestimated how well sort of Lowely was still doing, losing. Ooh. He lost a lot, but it kind of felt like he must have lost a minimum amounts at certain times. That's a nice fungal, by the way, for Violet. If I were him, I would renew that fungal, but he's not going to do it. He wants more. 4 or 5 minutes, not enough. But still, that Lowely had the money band to get out 18 Mutalisks. That kind of surprised me.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was sitting back and saving. He wasn't making or he wasn't making Banelings. He did make a few Zerglings, and they just didn't have anything else on the map that that allowed him to invest his gas. It was all going to the Mutas, and you know, the Mutas have given him as good of a chance as he's going to get at winning this game. I'm just still not convinced, man. Violet just has. Look how unassailable Violet is. He's got Roaches. They're going to kill Zerglings and Banelings. He's got Infestors. They're going to kill Zerglings and Mutas, and he's got Queens out, which just allow him to top it all off with the super utility unit. Even Hydralisk gonna come down as well.
It's going to help out quite a bit. Lowely, of course, these are the moments where you want to be active with your Mutas, and some people might like, if I play against them, they're just everywhere all the time. But Lowely knows if he flies in right now with too many Mutas clumped up and they do get fungled, he's just going to lose each and every one of them. It's kind of like playing Phoenix against PvZ.
Yep.
That's why, little side story, I'm really excited about the Mothership core, by the way, Ben, because in situations where there are Infestors out, normally Phoenix became kind of useless against Zerg, or you would only use one Phoenix to scout, but not the group anymore. Right now, if all your Phoenixes get fungled, just use Rico.
Not bad.
Heart of the Swarm action. We're also going to do some stuff for Heart of the Swarm again for you guys, but more information about that soon.
Now, Kev, to Lowely's credit, he's done a really good job of bouncing back. Economically, he's 70 drones to 76, so he's not that far behind, and he is rounding out his own tech. He has Infestors popping out. The real critical thing that he's lacking is upgrades, Kevin. He doesn't have the same level of upgrades as Violet, who has +2 attack and is working on his armor upgrades. And he also doesn't have the same value to that army. We've got Roach, Infestor, Hydralisk. That's your ultimate Zerg army, at least for this stage of the game.
And the worst part as well, Ben, is that not only does Violet have more Infestors, most of his Infestors were out much quicker. He's going to sacrifice a couple of Mutas to force a cancel on this 4th base. He does do so successfully, and he dodged the fungal. But the biggest problem is, I mean, 10 over 5 Infestors, that's always great for Violet, but not to mention, Ben, a couple of these Infestors, they have 200 energy.
Yeah, it's 10 over, it's 10 maxed out Infestors over 5 that just spawn.
So basically it's like 14 against 6, because maxed out Infestor basically counts double, because fungal is really all that matters. Well, there are scenarios where Infested Terrans matter more, but in these situations, it's going to all come down to the fungals.
Check out this little changeling, man, just kind of hanging out in Violet's army.
He's like, whoop. Oh. It's like, it was kind of also not like the best hidden changeling ever. It's like a Roach, Hydra, Infestor army, and then there's this one little Link just hopping around.
Here, guys.
Trust me, man, I'm one of you. I'm just here to, like, when you guys bring those Roaches on low HP, I'm here to bring that finishing blow. Like that last, ooh, Violet.
Little tip for killing changelings, guys. I don't know if anyone out there makes the same mistakes as me. I will sometimes hit A and then click on the changeling, and I'll misclick and I'll kill one of my own units. Don't do that. You can just right-click on the changeling, and if you misclick, you're just giving a move command. If you correctly click, they'll still attack it.
Violet is preparing a really big attack right now, Ben, but Lowely is sort of well prepared with a lot of spine crawlers, and these Mutas are dealing some pretty serious damage.
It is a lot of spines, you're right.
Violet lost so many Overlords there. That's also really annoying.
Lost a lot of Overlords. He's going to get this base shut down. Lost some drones as well, so Lowely's starting to kind of batter his way back into this game, but we still have this sort of X factor, these 10 Infestors with maxed out energy, Kev.
But Layer is almost ready for Lowely, Ben, so I think we're going to see Broodlords.
A little brutal play would be pretty impressive here. Man, this spine wall looks just impregnable. But we are going to see Violet going for it. He's going to use the Infested Terrans. That's a very good choice. They're going to absorb a lot of damage, and they're going to deal a lot of damage. More Infested Terrans going to go down here. And Lowely is going to answer with Infested Terrans of his own, and this is going to look crazy. Massive engagement here. These guys are trading free units for free units, so the supply is almost unwavering, but Violet is up at 175 against the 150 of Lowely, and Violet's still pushing forward.
Violet looking good right now, but there are a lot of mutas in the main base being as annoying as possible. Queens is trying to deal with those now as well, but Lowely is forced to abandon this base, and that's of course his second latest base when they already lost the latest one. So he's going to be in a world of trouble.
Violet controlling this on both sides, transfusing his queens back at home and attacking with his infestors and roaches and hydras and the natural of Lowely. Excellent multitasking here for Violet, who's cruising at a current APM of over 500 actions per minute. This guy is blazing fast. Crushing through the natural, man. Lowely played a good game, but Violet's ZVZ is world-class. GG is called. Violet takes it down. 2-0 victory. I like that picture of Violet. Oh, no, you didn't, says Violet, as he reigns victorious. Once again, his first ever NASL official match, and he wins it 2-0.
Yeah, I played really, really well in the second game. I felt the start was great. I actually thought that Lowely was further behind than he really was, because he did save up a lot of money, was pretty active with those mutas, was also careful, never had that ow moment where 8 or 9 infestors got fungled. So I think Lowely played great. I mentioned right before they fought that the fungos were going to be all that matters, and yes, that would be like that if they would actually fight in the middle of the map. But the moment Lowely really tries to tag up even more and sits behind spine crawlers, those are the moments, of course, that infested Terrans are a little bit better, and Violet, well, being a smart player as he is, using that to his fullest potential.
He had so much energy, and he just made an undefensible situation there. So very well played by Violet. Goes up 1-0 in his group, 2-0 in maps. We're going to take a very short break. Our next game is going to be Strelok versus Mana. It means we'll be closing out the night with a live versus dark. So Strelok versus Mana, Eastern European Showdown from beyond the wall. Guys, don't go anywhere. Lots more StarCraft still to come here at the North American Star League.